pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much. Ms. Elizabeth Clifton is here to lead us in the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so much, Elizabeth, and thank you everyone for being here on this beautiful morning. I want to recognize the elected officials who are here today. Board member Bill Reuter in Ward 1 had another commitment today, but he sent his best. And I believe we have other town board members here. Barb Laird, Ward 2, Ann Berger, Ward 3. I believe Mike Saffone's not able to be here. Ryan Sharp, Ward 5. I didn't want to miss anybody. Ann Shershin, Ward 6. Felicia Salvatore, Town Clerk. Mike Simon, Town Superintendent of Highways. And from the county legislature, I know Legislator Bob Gorman is here. Legislator Lisa Call is here. Our County Comptroller Dan Imar Blair is here. Before I get to Senator Rollison, are there any other county officials that I missed? Okay, wonderful. Senator Rollison is also here and had said he would like to say a few words. I would love to have him speak for a welcome and thank you for being here. I know you have about 7,000 places to be today. So.
Please be seated. And thank you, Rebecca. And it is really an honor to be here this morning, especially at this spot, because as many of you know, I was a member of this proud police department for 26 years. And when I first got hired in 1982, we were actually in that building right over there. And we shared space with the highway department. So this entranceway here was something that I came in all the time, hundreds, maybe 1,000 times while the time that we were here. And this memorial was here. And it kind of sat lonely by itself. We would put wreaths out here with the PBA, but I really wanted to say now this is a place of honor that it deserves, and I want to thank Supervisor Edwards and the entire team for making this what it is, to be able to have these services here in the town of Poughkeepsie, because this was put here to honor the memory of those who have served and those who we have lost. And it's been a busy 3 days in our communities with multiple ceremonies in different parts of my district, the 39th district. Supervisor Edwards and I were at one yesterday at the New Hampshire Yacht Club for 20 years. They do one by the river. It's a special ceremony. Prior to that, it's the town of Newburgh, and I was in the city of Beacon this morning. But the theme is the same. We gather to remember. We gather to give praise and to remember those who we lost for us. So memorials can be here in a free country, that the town of Poughkeepsie government can be here to function for the people of the town of Poughkeepsie. And I'll end with this. I want to talk about two local hometown heroes that we did lose. And as many of you probably know, Eugene Darrigan, who was shot down over the South Pacific 81 years ago, was brought home to the village of Wappier Falls. He was located, the plane was a B-24 Fortress bomber. It was shot down with, they were leading a group of other bombers on a mission in New Guinea. And the story goes is he was doing Morse code to let the rest of the bombers know where the anti-aircraft fire was coming from, and unfortunately they got hit and they went down. And there's so many great things about his service in this individual, but the name of the flying fortress was called Heaven Can Wait. And heaven waited for this 24-year-old who was serving, and to be at the service and finding out week before last that his family members are people that I knew as a cop back in the 80s, and his niece, who he was also her godfather, Ginny Pinero, worked right here in the town of Poughkeepsie. And then another hometown hero, Corey Ingram, a member of the U.S. Navy who we lost. And I was mayor at the time when that took place. And I did not know Corey, but boy, I got to know so much about him after he left us. And one of the things that he left so many of us in this community is to know and to love his family. And his mom and dad are here today. And that's a special relationship that was created for our community because of what Corey did in the service to his country. So as we go about today, let's think about everyone that we lost, but especially Eugene and Corey. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're gathered here, as Senator Rollison said, to honor those who died on the battlefield. I also wanted us to have a moment of silence to think about those who bring home wounds, visible or invisible, and who bear the pain of those wounds, and whose families bear the pain of those wounds that they have incurred on our behalf and on the nation's behalf. So this is a day to remember those who died, and also to think about all those every day who bear with them the scars and the memories of service to the nation. So just one moment of silence to think of everyone we have lost and everyone who has served. I was thinking about what to say today, and there are two things I wanted to say also about our hometown heroes. And we are in the process of putting up, I think, about 20 new banners, Mike, that are coming your way this year. And we have one of them with us today. And we wanted to recognize our Hometown Heroes program by bringing this banner. And if there's any of the town board members who want to come up also and share this banner, it's going to hopefully go up this week. And it's for a local veteran named Deacon Mosley, who served in World War II honorably in Europe. And who received recognition for his courageous work there, and who came home and was known in many churches in the area for not only helping with his own church, but in any church that needed anything from a new front step to patching of windows. He was a church buildings person. And I thought as we honored our Hometown Heroes program, we might especially think about Eddie Mosley, who passed in 2017. and who was one of our local heroes who served in a quiet and humble way for many, many years after returning home. I hope everyone has had a chance to or will have a chance to go around Arlington and reflect on and look at all the banners there. I think we're somewhere north of 130 banners now, as families and the American Legion and the town have worked together to honor so many of our hometown heroes. And this one and more others will be going up next week. Do we have members of the Mosley family here? Miss Stackhouse? I was hoping she would be here today, but I think they weren't able to make it. But we've been in touch with them, and they're going to be looking for the sign this week. So thank you so much. Before we lay the wreaths, I was thinking today, this week, about the very first time when people gathered at a national military cemetery, which was at Gettysburg. And the words that Abraham Lincoln said there, I think, still ring true. And I wanted to read them because there's absolutely nothing I could say that is going to match Abraham Lincoln. I believe that he started the Gettysburg Address with 87 years ago. By my math, it's now 9 years ago. As we move forward next year, it will be the 250th anniversary of the American Revolution. But I believe the words he said at Gettysburg as he spoke to to what it meant to create a national cemetery and to bury soldiers together and to have them buried as they passed in a location together that represented the sacrifices they made. And he spoke about that portion of the Declaration of Independence: all men are created equal. And it was really Abraham Lincoln who brought forward those 5 words and asserted in the Gettysburg Address that they are the 5 words in the Declaration of Independence. And then spoke of, of course, of government of the people, by the people, and for the people, and a new birth of freedom. So I think I remember it, but I brought it just in case. I might not remember every word. 87 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is rather for us, the living, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us, the living, to be dedicated to that great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from this earth. Anne, could you come forward for the laying of the wreaths? town board member Ann Schurshin has arranged wreaths, and I know the auxiliary as well. So if you'd like to come forward for the wreaths.
This is one from the ladies auxiliary, and the other one's ours.
So we have one from the town of Poughkeepsie and one from the Ladies Auxiliary of the American Legion. I want to thank everyone again for being here, for everyone who helped make this happen. Our police honor guard is going to end with a salute. It will include shots, so just to make everyone aware that it might get a little bit loud. And I'm going to let them finish the service for us with my thanks to the town of Poughkeepsie Police. And then we can take a few minutes here to reflect, and we'll walk up to the county service at 11. Thank you all.